Guys, now we're gonna do for the AWS Lab of the 100 Days of Cloud series. Today is day 40, so let me check out the lab title. The title is Troubleshooting Internet Accessibility for an EC2-hosted application. So here we have to redefine the issues and we have to face that. And finally, we had to complete the whole challenge. So that's the thing we had to do for this lab. So if we are ready, let's dive into there. So let me click the start button and let me go to appdrawer.com and let me go iscleardrawer.com. So here we will wait for the loading process. So during the loading process, let me draw a diagram. So this is the AWS cloud infrastructure. We can understand like this. Let me change the color. Okay. So this is AWS cloud infrastructure. So within this cloud infrastructure, first of all, we have the internet gateway. Okay, this is the internet gateway. Now we are on the AWS client host. So this is the this is the internet. Okay, great. Okay, this is the internet. And this is the AWS client host. Okay, so within the AWS cloud infrastructure, we have the, this is the VPC, okay. So this is the VPC. You can think of like this, okay. This is the VPC. So this internet gateway is, let me make it a bit small. So this internet gateway has a reversible connection with the public VPC, okay. So, okay, this is the internet gateway. So, okay, great. So, okay. So within the VPC, we will have the public subnet, and okay, you can think of like this. Okay, we have the public subnet. So this is the public subnet, and then we will have the route table. Okay, you can think of like this is the route table. So route table is associated with the public subnet, right? So okay, this is, let me change the color. Let me change into the black color. So let me change this one. Okay, that's great. So this is the internet gateway. So this is the route table. Okay, so within that, this is the this is the public subnet. So within this public subnet, we will have the, we have the, what is the security group, okay. So we will have the security group. Okay, this is security group. So finally we will have the EC2 instance. Okay, so this is EC2 instance. Great. Let me make it a bit small. Okay, this is security group. This is the final EC2 instance. EC2 instance. Sorry. So this is security group, right? Okay. So this is the infrastructure or AWS cloud right now we have to do. So here we will read the given instruction carefully. Before we start to read, let me copy this right here. And then now we will read the given instruction carefully. So the Natalia's development team recently deployed a new web application hosted on an EC2 instance with a public VPC name. So this VPC is public VPC. So name is devops-vpc, right? So this is public VPC, right? So this is PUBLC public VPC. So what is the name? The name is devops-vpc. So VPC is already existing right there. We don't need to create the new one, right? So this is a VPC. Okay, great. So we will keep reading. So the application running on the Nginx web server. So application is running on the Nginx server. So it should be accessible from the internet on port 80. So remember this. So port 80 is for EC2 instance. For this EC2 instance, okay, great. So despite configuring the security group, so security group name is devops-sg to allow the traffic on port 80. So let me check it out, you know. So this is security group name, right? So security group is already open for port 80 and verifying the EC2 instance settings and the application remains inaccessible from the internet. So actually application is running within the EC2 instance, right? So the team suspects that the issue might be related to the VPC configuration. So they guess that, you know, that maybe due to the error in the VPC configuration, so we had to check out the VPC configuration. So remember this, so we had to do the VPC configuration. Okay, so okay, we will keep reading. As all other components appear to be set up correctly, okay, the DevOps team has been asked to troubleshoot and resolve the issue to ensure the application is accessible to external user. Okay, so now let me check the, you know, this EC2 instance public IP address, right? So EC2 instance, okay, let me check it out here. So as a member of the Natalia's DevOps team, our task is to perform the following. So we have to verify VPC configuration, ensure that the VPC DevOps VPC is properly configured to allow internet access. So ensure accessibility, make sure the EC2 instance devops EC2 is running the Nginx server, that is running on the Nginx server, accessible from the internet on port 80. So so this is the EC2 instance name. So let me check it out, the public IP address. How to get the public IP address of EC2 instance in AWS from terminal. Let me find like this. So okay, we will run this command to get the public IP address. Okay, we get the public IP address of the EC2 instance. So are we trying to access with the CURL HTTP and // So yeah, the problem is we don't get any response from the application. So here, now we are trying to access across the internet, that is HTTP port 80, right? Because this EC2 instance is listing on port 80. So now the problem is this EC2 instance do not respond to here. So do not respond anything else right here. So you will see that here. So okay, let me check the security group list. So security group name is devops-sg. So so let me find a new tab. How to check the security group rules list of devops-sg in AWS from terminal. So let me check it out, the inbound rules and the outbound rules and the security group. So let me run this. Okay. So here, inbound route is already open for port 80. From port 80 to port 80 here, CIDR range is for public access here, 0.0.0.0/0. Protocol type is TCP right here. So we don't need to fix this. This is already fine. So okay, so let me configure for the VPC configuration. So this is very important. So if this VPC is not connected, if it is not connected with the internet gateway, so this VPC cannot get access, the internet access, cannot get the internet. So that will be a problem. So now, even if the AWS client from the user send requests throughout the internet to this EC2 instance, but it will not respond to the related user, so that's a problem. So we had to configure internet gateway. So I think, okay, let me copy this. Okay, so let me copy this sentence and let me find the Google how to ensure from in AWS from terminal. So actually we had to check for the attachment with the VPC and internet gateway for this step here, for this step. So we need to get the VPC ID. So first of all, let me check with the VPC ID. Okay, so VPC ID is ending with F9E77. Okay, great. So let me verify the internet gateway. So we had to check this out. So AWS EC2 describe internet gateways filter the attachment with the VPC, right? So here VPC ID is, we can use this value. Okay, great. So I will replace right here and then let me check it out. Let this come in. So great. Oh, here we see that, so there's no attachment with this internet gateway and public VPC, devops-vpc. That's why we don't get the internet access, right? So that's the main problem. So if we don't get the internet access for both, here for both, I would say internet gateway and public VPC, so that's why we need to do attachment. So how do we check out the status? So also we can check it out at the route table for this stuff here. Route table is within a VPC infrastructure. So okay, we can check it out this command again to check the route table list. So route table VPC ID is, you can use the same VPC. Okay, I will copy the ID and VPC dash. Okay, so I will run this second command to check for this destination CIDR block range. That's for public access. Here also is empty string. Okay, great. So now we had to attach, okay, so let me check it out. So how to attach internet gateway to VPC in AWS. So internet gateway name is, we already have here internet gateway is, oh, so we need to get the internet gateway ID. So let me get the internet gateway ID for how to get the internet gateway ID in AWS from terminal. Let me find like this. So I will run this command to get the internet gateway ID. Okay, so we have two internet gateway IDs. So okay, let me attach with the first one. So so I will find like this, Internet Gateway 2. So VPC ID is right here. We already had the VPC ID, this one. So I will put right here from terminal. So I will run this. Okay, so let me check out the above comment. Okay, so this is the Internet Gateway's header. Okay, great. Not this one that I want to get. So I will check another comment. Where is that comment? This Christ security group. This is a VPC. Okay, not this one. Let me check the attachment. How to check the attachment list? Attachment list for both IGW and VPC in AWS from terminal. So okay, for a specific VPC. So let me check this. So the ID is right here. I can copy this VPC ID and then I will replace right here. And let me do space and then I will run this. Oh. Yep, so here is CIDR range is 10.0.0/ so static available. So VPC ID how about the above one? So let me check this one. This is not correct comment. Let it be. So let me try. How about okay. This is VPC and internet. Can I guess? Okay, I don't get something right here. So okay, now let me run that CUR again. I think that this time it would be what? Okay. Okay, so this time we will see the welcome to Nginx HTML page. So the key point is this: we had to associate this internet gateway and public VPC, right? So if we don't associate for those two things, we cannot get internet connection for the public VPC. So it will not return any response from this EC2 instance. So finally we associate for both internet gateway and public VPC, right? So now finally we get the public access from the internet to the EC2 instance. Okay, great. So let me check it out. I think I'll click confirm. Yeah, that's it. So if I can do it, you can also do it too. So we start here and submit. Alright, so thanks for watching. I will catch you in the next coming video.